So now we have the Lovers, number 6. So, obviously, this has to do with the idea of love, and when you pull this card in a reading, very often it is talking about love, marriage, a partner, the idea of two beings coming together, union. It's a pretty straightforward card in that sense when you're doing a general reading for someone. If you're doing a love reading for someone and this pops up, that's usually a pretty good indication of some pretty positive influences within somebody's love life. If you pull this, and this is what's the significator of the card, the one that's indicating the state of the person who's getting the reading. It could be indicating that, like, hey, the rest of this reading is about your relationship. Pretty straightforward. It's about love. Now, on the deeper level of the more esoteric level of spiritual progression that the major arcana goes through, this actually has quite a bit of deeper symbolism, and it doesn't actually have to do with love at all when you get on that level. Interestingly enough, the previous card we had the Hierophant, which is basically the idea of this like master magician, somebody who has really mastered all these skills and his ability to manifest his reality, and is no longer interested in material gains and physical things, and he's basically completely spiritually focused, and realizes that the next step is union, this idea of coming together with another being with his own higher self. And that's what this angel here, the holy guardian angel, the higher self, and what's being indicated here, I guess you can't really see too well from there, but what's being indicated by the man looking at the woman there and the woman looking up at the angel is this is actually a very deep level of symbolism of the masculine and feminine side of the mind, of consciousness, and their nature of how they work. You see, because the masculine side of the mind, which is we have fire behind him, is your willpower. It's your conscious action, the part of you that you are aware of, your identity. It is just your willpower. It's who you are. And then the feminine side is the subconscious. It is the everything else that you're not completely aware of. The part of you that comes, that where that intuition comes from, where that inner voice comes from. That's your subconscious. That's the feminine aspect of the mind that is less active and more passive, and holds a great deal of knowledge. We see we have the snake crawling up the tree of knowledge here, whispering in her ear, like the story of Adam and Eve. So with him, it's basically indicating that the conscious mind here, this male aspect, does not have access to the higher self or the holy guardian angel, the highest aspect of our God selves. It doesn't have conscious access to that. So it has to look to the subconscious in order to get those messages through. So the messages and the influence from the higher self and the holy guardian angel comes through the subconscious, the feminine aspect of the mind, and then you look at that through your conscious mind. That might be a little bit complicated, and it's usually not going to tie into a reading if that's what you're trying to learn about, but it's worth understanding this concept if you're trying to learn more about how the tarot works and this idea of the progression of a spirit going through its journey of self-realization. So that pretty much covers a pretty general, quick overview of this card. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the number 7, the Chariot. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.